Revelation 2504. From the 11th of October 1942. Fight of Faith. Extraordinary work of the believers. It is the powers of darkness that are now doing their thing. Their power is so great because people place themselves under their control, and that is why they can rule. They poison people's thinking so that they distance themselves from what is good and true and are therefore in bondage to these powers. This is a complete turning away from God, because God is the true, the good, which people disregard. The powers of the underworld thus occupy people, and therefore their actions towards each other cannot be other than bad. The demonic influence goes so far that completely different guidelines are set up for people's way of life, which people gladly accept without hesitation. And what is wrong will be declared right, what goes against divine commandments will be permitted, and every person will be able to do whatever he wants if it only serves his own advantage. And unkindness will assume ever greater proportions, and thus also people's actions in which the influence of evil is visibly expressed. And thus the good spiritual, the forces which are subject to God's will have to take up an intensified battle in the spiritual kingdom against the forces of the underworld. And on earth God's chosen people, who strive to fulfill His commandments because they recognize and love Him, will likewise have to go into battle against the representatives of the evil power, against those who deny God and live their way of life contrary to divine will. And this battle will be a fierce one. It will be carried out by the latter with all ruthlessness, because the evil one strives to destroy everything that affirms God, to completely eradicate faith in God and to introduce a different teaching on earth which better corresponds to the thinking of humanity, which has become unloving. And the battle will be difficult for the believers, but God Himself will stand by their side, for this battle has been planned since eternity. God fills those who want to belong to Him with His Spirit. He gives them extraordinary strength, for He Himself works through people who willingly offer themselves to Him as instruments. And therefore believing people are far more capable than their opponents, even if earthly power is at their side. For fighting with God must irrevocably lead to defeat. This battle has to be because a separation is to take place amongst humanity. Everyone should realize for himself that he has to make a decision. And that is why man will experience things which cause him to think and urge him to make a decision. And blessed is he who takes the right path, blessed is he who recognizes God's strength in extraordinary events and stands by those who have faith. He gives up the world and its goods because he is now without rights, but he exchanges far more for them, the goods that will last for all eternity. Amen.